Hello, I'm Joseph Lentini with JDL Technologies. We manufacture and design the MBFE 4000. This is a manual brake fluid exchange machine that'll do all four wheels simultaneously, and you won't have to bleed the car at the end of the service. We also have designed all the adapters to fit every European and every domestic car in the country, all the way from Volkswagen, Toyota, Lexus, Ford, GM, Chrysler, BMW, Volvo, and Audi. This is a 12-volt system. Take your battery cables, hook the red up to the positive, hook the black up to the negative. You turn your power button on, you'll hear the buzzer go off. Right up here, you'll see the light illuminate. The new fluid container holds anywhere from 12 ounces to 64 ounces. The machine is designed to shut itself off if it runs out of brake fluid below 12 ounces of brake fluid. You can use .3 or .4. Once the system has fluid in it, now you're going to turn the power on the machine. You have your fill line and your vacuum line. You're going to disconnect your vacuum gun. You're going to reach over here and grab your prime tool, which is a little brass fitting that connects the two lines together. You just push them in. Once they're connected, you have them now connected. You're going to go to your fill. You're going to see fluid coming in, and you're going to turn on your vacuum. Once you see a solid flow of fluid, you know that you primed the pumps. Turn the pumps back off. Disconnect your prime tool. Put the prime tool back in the location on the side of the adapter case. Reconnect your vacuum gun. And then what you're going to want to do is you leave this knob at vacuum gun. So when you get to your first vehicle, you're going to take the cap off of the reservoir. You're going to use this gun, turn on the vacuum, and evacuate the fluid out of the reservoir. After you're done with that, you're going to turn this knob to the bleeders. Select my adapter. On this vehicle, I'm going to be using the Euro 510. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this to the reservoir. I'm going to now take my fill line. I'm going to connect it to the adapter with just a push to forward. Once it clicks on, I'm connected. I'm now going to turn on my fluid exchange pump. I'm going to watch the fluid rise. While it's doing that, I want to make sure that this knob starts off at 0 psi pressure, and I'm going to adjust the pressure to 24 psi. That's standard for most North American vehicles. If I'm doing a hybrid, I'm going to adjust this knob to 42 psi. So you'll notice as the vehicle raises up, this hose automatically pulls itself out of the machine. You don't have to worry about it kinking or anything because it's in its own compartment. Now that my vehicle is locked on the lift, I'm going to take my front vacuum hose, connect it to the bleeder, take the correct open-end wrench, and I'm going to loosen up just a half turn. These are push-to-fit rubber vacuum with check valves so that the fluid doesn't flow back through when you lay your lines on. So now I go to the passenger side front, the driver's side rear, the last rear wheel, the passenger side. I connect my rubber cup, use my open-end wrench, open it a quarter turn. Now that we have all four lines connected and they're all gravity bleeding, I'm going to now push on the fluid exchange pump. I'm going to see the fluid being pushed through the system. And then I'm going to turn on the vacuum pump. And now you'll see this nice clean amber fluid pumping in. I look around the wheel cylinders here. I see that these are becoming a nice clean amber color. As soon as I see the hose going up to the vehicle that's pumping in the new fluid, I compare it to my hose going to my front wheel. I know that the amber color is close to being completely clean. In just a few seconds, I'll be able to close off these fronts. The rears will usually take another 30 or 40 seconds longer. Now that I see that my color is the right color, I close off my bleeder. Once that one's closed off, I go to the next bleeder. I close it off. I now close this bleeder off, lock it down really tight. So now that I see that the last rear wheel is nice and clear amber color, I know it's completed the service. I now lock it down. I now remove all the vacuum cups. Now I replace all the rubber cups, put them back on the bleeders that came with the vehicle. and I repeat that service on all 4 wheels. As the vehicle's lowering, you can see that the fill hose is going back into the machine. So now that we've lowered the vehicle, disconnect your fill line, push again forward, loosen up your adapter. So you'll see that we're full to the brim. That means we had a very successful service. I go back to the vacuum, turn on my vacuum, and I'm going to evacuate down to the correct level. There's my correct level. Put my screen back in. Disconnect my batteries. I've now completed the service. This should take anywhere from 10 to 13 minutes total to do a vehicle. Thank you very much.